And second down, they got, you said 5
Second
on
and
that one?
6.
4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, it's officially 4. So cover 2-ish. Yeah, cover 2. Kind of looks kind of like man, but a little. It's hard to tell from just still images. They don't.
And you see,
See,
yeah.
that's kind of what I was saying before that um, you don't really know because before it looked like cover 2, but now because I think this is Sorensen, he started back here and he's coming down now, so now it looks like just cover 1 back here.
That's right. And what I would like to start seeing Spagnola do a bit more is I think teams get used to this. The first look you give us isn't the correct look, and somebody's coming down or somebody's coming across. I would like to see fakes where Sorensen comes across a bit more, comes down a bit more, and then back pedals back into his spot to kind of try to throw the quarterbacks off a bit more. And he does that occasionally. I just would like to see it a bit more to kind of throw off what they're doing. So now Sorensen's basically an outside linebacker here.
Yeah.
And it's man coverage, as you see that the way that they kind of attack and what goes on here. I was kind of caught watching not the backfield, but the wide receivers.
Yeah. So man. And then he's kind of in a zone.
Sorensen is flip-flop there. The linebacker.
It's here.
Sorensen has him, and yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
So what we're actually looking at here too, and this is a good kind of opportunity to show why it's zone or man coverage is typically a mix between man and zone. This is what they refer to as a single high safety. So it's man coverage underneath with the safety up top, kind of covering that zone in the back, helping out where he's needed at. Underneath in the linebacker position, he's playing what we call a robber position. It kind of helps with hook routes or curl routes that cut across the zone. Basically gives inside leverage to the man coverage in the slot. So you get basically 2 players playing areas of zone and everybody else playing man coverage.
Yeah, these 2 have zone, everybody else is man. All right, so that's
and Sorensen gets beat. However, he recovers nicely.
Let's kind of rewind it a bit. So Sorensen is right here. So let's play it again.
And you see that natural kind of...
Yeah, because you can see right here.
Where it causes that congestion and Sorensen loses a step. If Watson throws it here, it's probably a nice pickup, although not a giant one. Yeah. He holds on the ball a little bit more, I guess hoping to see somebody beat, whether he's made it to his progression there or not.
Well, it kind of looks like he's looking right at him right here. So he's kind of just...
Yeah.
I mean, it's second down, so this is kind of the down where if you're going to gamble, this is when you want to do it. And then everybody else is just kind of covered before...
Jones makes a nice move on the inside. Yeah, Sorensen makes a nice recovery. It's hard to tell from that angle. He might have gotten some jersey there. But the Chiefs kind of are known for being a little bit more physical at the line of scrimmage, which normally the NFL is okay with in that like first 5 yards.
Except for the Super Bowl.
Enough whining. Which again was atrocious. It made me very, very angry to watch, and not just as a Chiefs fan, just as a football fan in general. But watch this move by Chris Jones. Just pretends to go with the power move, and then just kind of does a little bit of a swim move on him. You see Clark actually get his face mask grabbed too.
So here's Jones. Here's Frank Clark. Right.
Yeah. So they leave Chris Jones one-on-one, which is always a mistake. And yeah, you can kind of see there. There's some hand fighting between that, but Clark staying on the outside is a good way to kind of keep Watson from escaping. He contained there as well. A lot of Spagnuolo's inside linemen's duties are contained to keep quarterbacks from outside. It's not just about rushing the passer. Their first goal is always to rush the passer in most instances, but it's also about recognizing where the play is and where it's developing and not losing sight of that. It's something I don't think Frank Clark gets enough credit for. And I know a lot of people aren't happy with his contract, and statistically and even field play haven't really lived up to that. But there's a lot of that contain, and him and Chris Jones, I've seen it time and time again, have a very good understanding of how to play with each other. That almost came out wrong. How to feed off of each other and recognize what one's doing and pull either linemen or quarterbacks into a certain direction. There was another plan I can't remember. I think Seth Kaiser posted it, and basically Chris Jones was able to be left one-on-one because even though Clark, and I'm pretty sure he had the outside attack, so he was supposed to go around on that one, notices the guard looking his way, and so he makes an inside move, even though he could have gotten around the tackle, which pulled the guard that way and allowed Jones to work in from the inside. Again, that's on display. I'm just kind of giving everybody a sense.
So in this other play, Clark kind of helped set up the sack for Chris Jones. So even though it didn't count statistically, he still contributed.
His pass rush move there wasn't great. He did not sell it at all. So to go back just a little bit, Frank Clark didn't. So if you go ahead there and watch, so that left tackle isn't worried at all about him breaking outside and sees him coming in. He starts his outside move way too early, and then cuts inside and realizes when he doesn't get that leverage, he doesn't get that beat, he just starts hand fighting. But he also sees, so right there, he cuts way too early on that and fakes outside too soon. So he starts hand fighting here. Nadi's double teamed in the middle. You have that guard that's kind of helping out both sides. So right here, he forces himself inside that way so that it kind of doesn't allow an escape or a bounce around outside for Watson. It was a poor pass rush move that he ended up helping Jones at to get the sack. But mostly that was just a remarkable one-on-one for Jones.
This is actually Zach Bolton, I think, ex-Chief.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He fakes the power and then lets Fulton's own momentum, when he's going power, kind of fall forward and does a swim move, and it's really pretty move.
Chris Jones is pretty good.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of a pull.
You don't need to watch a lot of film to get that one.
Okay. And so I think that answers my question of what went wrong on the play. Basically, Chris Jones.
Yep. And good coverage on the back end, too.
Watson kind of deciding not to throw it quick there.
And it was a good play call, switching to man that moment, too, because I don't think Watson was expecting that at all. Again, how much the Chiefs like to drop into their zone coverage.